I want to talk about Akashic Records. You were actually the person that I went to the first time I listened to an Akashic record reader. Okay, y'all, Ruta will meet different spiritual leaders around the world and she'll just casually mention them to me. She'll be like, hey, I had this conversation. Let me know if you ever want to talk to this kind of person. I feel like you're one of my spiritual guides on earth because the way that you do it is so like, it's like a gentle, like I'm in a little raft and I'm like on maybe a shore somewhere and you're just like push and then like the water kind of starts to take
I
me,
love that.
It's like that.
Thank you for saying that.
Okay, let's go back to Akashic record reading. How did you know you were interested in that?
The Akashic Records, the first time I came across that was probably 2021. And the way that I've been expanding onto my spiritual path is just by following nudges, right? So, in the same way that you just shared that, I have shared with you some of the teachers that I've worked with, I've had other people who've done that for me. So, I really think it's just like a way of being. One of my dear friends, Kelly, I think she had done some work in the Akashic Records. She mentioned that to me. And I was really drawn to it from a place of intuition, right? Because I think sometimes when you hear these concepts of like, oh, what is the Akashic Record? Well, it's the book on all information on your soul in all lifetimes and your soul's evolution. So I did an Akashic Record reading and it was just on point. Some of the messages that were coming from like my spirits, my guides, my angels, my ancestors, they were deeply aligned with where I was in that moment, but also with my lineage and my experience. And I remember in my first Akashic Record reading, I just started crying within the first couple of minutes when the guides came through and they were telling me some things about myself and my experience on earth and why I was experiencing my life in a certain way. There was just like tears coming through. Since I've been in the records quite a lot of times with different practitioners, every time that I'm in the records, I'm just really reminded of that this life experience is multidimensional. We can't just go off based of what we see, but that there are so many things and that connecting with our soul and connecting with our soul's purpose is so important. It helps me move through this world as well with a lot more ease by understanding that the soul is calm. The soul is a place of love. And it also helps me to clearly distinguish the voice of ego. What has your experience been of the records?
Oh my gosh. So you introduced me to a woman named Katie. I spoke to her and similar to you, the tears didn't come in like the very beginning of the first session, but they came towards the end. And it's really interesting because it's very specific to you. It's almost like a hug from the universe. I think that's the best way to describe it because the idea is it's not Katie, right? It's her channeling this message that I need to hear. And so as she's talking, I'm hearing that, I'm valuable, that I need to take up space, that I am protected, like I have angel wings, like just these beautiful, beautiful messages that I really needed to hear. And it gave me like wings. I felt it was okay to be more myself. It was okay to be a bigger energy.